Amid the controversy over America's leaked Yemen war plan, Houthis claimed they targeted several warships in the Red Sea, including the U.S. aircraft carrier Harry S. Truman. In a press briefing, in fact, the Houthi spokesperson, Syria, said the group targeted the vessels using ballistic and cruise missiles and drones. This a day after U.S. Defense Secretary Pete Hegseth ordered the extension of Harry S. Truman's deployment in West Asia. Also directed USS Carl Vinson, which has been operating in the Pacific, to begin streaming towards the region. In fact, the Houthi spokesperson said the attack on the warships was in response to the American aggression against Yemen, what it called the massacres against civilians in Sana'a and Sadr. The Houthi spokesperson said the operation lasted several hours.
This engagement, the second within 24 hours, lasted several hours and thwarted an aerial attack that the enemy was preparing to carry out against our country.
Syria also said the Houthis launched 2 missiles targeting the airport in Israel, and the Houthi spokesperson said the airport was hit by 2 ballistic missiles. Air raids, sirens and explosions were heard over Jerusalem, Tel Aviv and central Israel on Monday as the Israeli military said it intercepted a missile launch from Yemen. It is the 6th time the military says it has intercepted a missile launch from Yemen after Israel resumed its bombardment of Gaza last Tuesday, shattering a period of relative calm since a January truce.
In support of the oppressed Palestinian people and in solidarity with its brave and noble resistance, the missile forces targeted Ben Gurion Airport in the occupied city of Jaffa with 2 ballistic missile, one Zulfikar and the other a hypersonic Palestine II missile. By the grace of Allah, the operation successfully achieved its objective.
The Israeli army says it has yet again struck 2 military bases in central Syria, a day after the European Union's foreign policy chief warned strikes in Syria and Lebanon risked escalation. Referring to the 2 targets, one in Palmyra and another 50 kilometers west of the city, the Israeli military said it struck military capabilities that remained at the Syrian military bases of Tadmur and T4. The IDF added that it will continue to act in order to remove any threat posed to the Israeli citizens. On Friday, Israel confirmed targeting the same bases after a war monitor first reported the raids. Meanwhile, international internet monitoring service NetBlocks is reporting a nationwide internet shutdown in Syria. Israel has launched hundreds of strikes on military sites in Syria since HTS-led rebels overthrew Bashar al-Assad in December. Israel says it wants to prevent weapons from falling into the hands of new authorities it considers jihadists. The Israeli military has also deployed troops in the UN-patrolled buffer zone on the Golan Heights, while Prime Minister Netanyahu has demanded the demilitarization of southern Syria. Syria's foreign ministry has accused Israel of waging a campaign against the stability of the country. On Monday, during a visit to Jerusalem, the EU foreign policy chief had warned that Israeli strikes on Syria and Lebanon were threatening to worsen the situation. And we earlier spoke to Dr. Wael Awad, an international journalist and senior vice president, Middle East and North Africa International Relations, distinguished advisor, West Asia at the Tilottamo Foundation. He serves as a distinguished advisor for the Global Counterterrorism Council. Take a look at what he shared with us.
I believe the new strategy for the Israeli government is to make sure that there is a new reality created after the fall of Assad regime, because you see, it was the same group that Israel have been supporting since 2013, Hayat Tahrir al-Sham, and they have been funding them, and they were treating the patients of all the fighters who were fighting the Syrian government at the occupied Golan Heights, and then they sent them back. So now Israel realized that these groups are terrorist group in their own prescription of this, and they cannot be given advantage of taking part in the near to Israel and create a kind of a threat to security to Israel in the future. So therefore, Israel have been expanding, cementing its position in Syria. That's already controlling 3 provinces of Syria, deep 65 kilometers deep inside Syria, and controlling all the road to Damascus. And now by attacking Palmyra and Tinfour and these 2 military bases in the center of Syria, it's a clear indication that the expansion of Israeli influence in Syria will extend throughout the border from Jordan up to Iraq, up to the Kurdish area where the United States is controlling. And I think that's a clear violation of the sovereignty and integrity of Syria, because the future of Syria at stake, especially with the continuous occupation of Israel and the United States and Turkey of the Syrian territory, not to speak of the current government of Syria, which is unable to spread its control all over Syria.
To stay up to speed with the latest news, download the WION app and subscribe to our YouTube channel.